Yep, look at that. Amazing, huh? Yeah. I just dropped. Well, Chris took off, headed up. He's heading up the mountain. So he's kind of way back over that way on that hillside there. He's got to walk up that valley of this little basin to a spring and see what he sees, scout it out. And I dropped Mark off at a tank back this way a little ways. Scott went to another tank down to the south, and I'm back here where I was last night. So we'll see if we get some kind of success. But someone else cruising around. So here we go. Let's go get set up. Well, all set up. Spent some time. I moved everything from off to my left here where I sat yesterday because I wanted to sit here where I'm at. I got some good back cover here. The sun's coming right over here though. I guess that's kind of good. But I got some dark cover here behind me in the hill side behind me here. It gives me some good cover. And then I put my leafy suit on as well. And then I moved all the brush up, trimmed some branches down, brushed it up in front of me, and then I took some line material that I got here. So I'll put this on the inside to kind of block it. Just get some more movement so that gives me a way I can draw from behind cover, behind concealment, and be able to get a shot off. And I can sit here. I even put a rock down here to brace my foot, so that's installed. Some solid purchase. So I can sit here and get a shot. And I got a 30-yard shot the whole way around this pond, whether it comes from to the left, center, or right. I got a 30-yard shot. So there's only one spot there's some branches I couldn't get to here but it's only one little spot, so I'm not super worried about it. And I don't think, from what I've seen yesterday, the 2 times that we saw deer in here, they were on this side. Doesn't mean they can't come over here, which means they will come over here now. But anyway, I'm going to sit here for a while. I'm going to sit here through lunch. And then maybe I got the shotgun in the truck. Maybe I'll go and try and find some quail and rabbit or something, maybe. We'll have to see. But, yeah. It's nice out here. I already shed my layers. I just got my jacket on. But, that's it. So we'll see what happens. See if we get some deer coming in here this morning to get some water. Let's hope. Let's hope it's something with some horns. Any antlers count. So any antlered deer, mule deer or Coues deer, are legal. So there you have it. Hopefully Chris isn't getting his butt kicked too much walking up that mountain. No, it's not really walking up the mountain, he's walking up a valley to the base of the mountain to a spring. So pretty cool. See what happens. Coues Deer buck back here. He's cruising around there. Looks like he's feeding. I just caught a glimpse of him. It looks like a forked horn. So I just need to swing around down here to the water. So we'll see what happens. He just walked right across in front of me here. Just caught a that doe, and then we had a forky. And these had little forks at the top. They came in on the other side here, and they were kind of messing around feeding, and then I lost sight of the buck. But I knew he was back there because the doe kept looking. She came around to the top of the berm over here, and she kept looking back, looking around. Never came down. I don't know. She was looking all over the place. She wasn't necessarily looking at me. And she never spooked. But then they went back across, and I could catch glimpses of them through the brush. And then they came down over here where I saw those two does yesterday. I could see the tops of their heads. And the doe came down. She stood in this opening over here at about 50 yards. And she kept looking over this way, and then she decided to turn around. And I could see the top of that buck's head, and he was a forky. He was behind her. He's pushing her. I saw him when they turned around and started wandering back up this way. I could see him chasing her. So, they're back over here somewhere. I don't know. Just catch glimpses of them. So I don't know if they went back up the hill. They're back there feeding, because I got a lot of trees between me and where they were headed. And even when they were right here, I couldn't see them. I just catch little glimpses of them walking back and forth. So I don't know what they're doing. They're spooky, but I think they're spooky in general. And they know something's up, probably. They didn't with me. I got perfect wind. So, I don't know. But I thought for sure we were getting real close to getting a shot. No, they're up there moving again. Alright, well, it's 3 o'clock, got about 2.5 hours of sunset, so hopefully, I haven't seen any, I sat here till almost 2, I guess it was about 1:45, I got up, want to go grab that arrow and check it, and there's no blood on it. I just checked around the area there, and there's no blood or anything. I'm pretty sure I saw the buck come back with that group. It was hard to tell. These Coues Deer, Coues Deer, whatever you want to call them, these deer they are truly the gray ghosts. They're moving through here, and you can't even see them. I just see flashes of color, gray color, through the bushes, and then all of a sudden there's a deer. They don't make any noise. So, I'm trying to stay pretty alert. But at any rate, 2 hours of them running around here. I mean, I watched that buck for an hour with the doe, and then they finally came in, and there was a second doe with them when they came in. They had taken off and come back. When we came back, there was another doe with them. The doe was probably with them the whole time, but I never saw her. And I'm so mad at myself. I should have taken that shot. I just got impatient. I've been sitting there watching that buck for an hour, And he finally comes to the water, and I tell myself, oh, I'll just shoot him in the front of the shoulder. I'll be fine. I don't know what happened. I did something wrong. Probably didn't have the bubble level, or I had the mask on, and I haven't been practicing with the mask on, which you should practice with the mask on if you're going to wear one. So I don't know if I just didn't have it anchored properly, and where I pulled it, or what, but I did something. But that was 30 yards, and I should have punched that right in the front of the shoulder. But that's why you don't take those shots. You wait for the deer to give you the broadside shot, and you take the shot. Because if I had taken that shot with the deer broadside and done the same thing, we're talking that much distance, I still would have probably got that deer. It would have been the best shot, but I would have got the deer. So, but that's the story of my life. Being impatient and not waiting. So, missed an opportunity on the first morning of real hunting to punch my tag on my first Coues Deer. It's cool though. I mean, I saw those 2 does last night come in, and man, they're bigger than I thought they would be. I mean, I was expecting them to be like super, super tiny from what everybody has said, you know, and what I've seen on TV shows and stuff. And they are small. They're not what I'm used to hunting up north. But if you've hunted in Georgia and North Carolina, places like that, these aren't as small as you think. Because there's some pretty small deer down there. But at any rate, they took off after I shot, but then they didn't go far. I thought I saw them stop, and I waited, but then I started messing with my stuff, got a new arrow, knocked and whatnot, and then I caught movement, and then they were coming back. I'm pretty sure that buck was hanging out back in his tree line, because I thought I caught his antlers, but it's so hard to tell. But then I saw more deer coming in, so I don't know how many there were. There was a whole group of them. I had two doe come down and drink right in front of me. And then they were over here. Chris actually, there was a truck that drove by about 12:45. It turns out it was Chris, and he said he saw 2 doe over here. I was like, well, there was more than 2 doe. There was a whole group of them, and they were just over there feeding in the trees on the other side of this berm. And they never came over to the water. So we'll see tonight, maybe. They're coming down here. They want to be down here. I mean, this is yesterday afternoon, early afternoon. It was early, right after lunch, around 1 o'clock when we saw those deer yesterday. They were down here. And then the 2 does that came back in last night when I was down here. And today, I mean, 2 hours between 11 and 1, I was just covered up in deer. Does, I only saw that 1 buck, a forky, but they're rutting. He was chasing that doe. At least that 1 doe he was with. So if there's does around, there's going to be bucks around. We'll see what happens. Sit here for a few hours and maybe I can redeem myself tonight. But I may have to put some time into this week. I only have a few days, so I don't have a whole lot of time to spend messing around looking for places to go. Deer are here. And you know what they say? Don't leave deer to find deer. So I may have found a spot. So there you have it, folks. Nothing else going on. I haven't heard from Scott. My father-in-law has only seen cows. Actual cows, beef cows. Not Coues Deer. And Chris hiked up that hill and it was a bust. So he came back. And he's back over where he was last night, and he saw a mule deer buck about 150 yards out. He says they're working this direction. I mean, there's a lot of water. Well, there's not a lot of water holes, but there's a lot of areas that buck could go. And right now it's heat of the day, so they're bedded down. I didn't see those 2 does last night until 4:50. So we'll see what happens. Thanks for sticking with us. Well, folks, that's a wrap. It's pretty dark down inside that tank right now, and we're right at end of legal shooting light right about now, anyways. So walked out, fired up the truck, repacking my stuff. I kind of just threw everything in my bag and walked up to the truck so I could get out of there without spooking anything. Good luck, right? Saw those 2 more does. Was that doe with that yearling fawn, it looked like. They came in from the south. They were probably separate from the other group. Seemed like there's a bunch of deer running around here though. But Chris said he saw that mule deer buck, and I missed that Coues Deer buck. But I hope tomorrow I can get some redemption. Man, kicking myself. Like, whatever. That's cool though. Saw a lot of activity today. It's been a good couple days. I'm still, other than the fact that I took a really stupid shot, I'm pretty pleased with how today went. And I'm just having so much fun out here. I'd like some redemption, but I'm having a blast. Haven't heard from anybody else, so I don't know how everybody else is done, but I'm gonna wait for it to get a little bit darker here, and then I'm gonna go pick up Mark. I don't see headlights from Chris yet, so he's probably walking out to his truck. But we'll see how Scott made out. But go back, get the fire going, get some dinner going, have a drink, tell some stories. I'm sure everybody will give me a hard time for missing. That's how it goes, right? So, talk to you guys later.